Hi, this is Adam Graham. It's getting late in the campaign season, which of course means the Larry Grant campaign is getting desperate. In the latest ad, they've got quite a few distortions. A couple things I'd like to address. First, if you just watch the end of that ad, it's listed several Republican leaders who had had some criticisms of Mr. Sally, and then said, if you're a Republican or independent and planning to vote for Bill Sally, for Larry Grant, you're in good company. That implied that these people they'd shown were voting for Larry Grant. Actually, none of these people have endorsed Larry Grant for Congress. There's a group called Republicans for Grant, which the Grant campaign has made a lot of noise about, but it's failed to tell people that nearly all the people who are behind that effort have supported Democrats previously, and really it's not a Republican group at all. Second thing I found really interesting about the quote shown is that Julie Fanzolo said a few months back that Larry Grant had too much class to go around and quote the quotes that you saw in that ad, but apparently he doesn't have too much class to go ahead and run those quotes in a campaign commercial and then appear on the screen saying he approves this message. Kind of tells you a little bit about Mr. Grant. The quotes, as you look at them in this campaign, a lot of it's taken out of context. Sheila Sorensen made the quote she made in that ad after losing a close congressional campaign, and honestly it was a bitter quote, and it doesn't reflect the reality of the Republican Party. Because here's the fact, as you get into this campaign, when you look at Larry Grant's two campaign ads that we've got on YouTube, they're not about hope, they're not about the future, they're about attacking people, they're about making us feel bad about our country, about our state, and about Bill Sally. Because the Democrats understand this. They can only win this race by lodging personal attacks on Bill Sally. Bill Sally and all the unaffiliated different groups that run this campaign, like Club for Growth, have talked about where Larry Grant stands on the issues. Grant has made this, however, a personal campaign, which tells you a lot about the type of man and the type of candidate Larry Grant is. Julie Fanzolo basically said on her blog recently that this is, from what I gather, this is their response to all the out-of-state advertising. So they respond with personal attacks to substantive statements on the issue. For those of you who are concerned, well, if Bill Sally's going to go up to Congress and he's not going to be able to work with anybody up there, well, that's just nonsense. Bill Sally has been supported by the House Conservatives PAC, which is tied to the House Republican Study Committee. The House Republican Study Committee is a group of more than 100 conservative members of Congress. And it's these members of Congress who've been pushing things like earmark reform, like cutting spending, reducing taxes. Bill Sally is going up, if he is elected, he's going to go up to Washington and he's going to get on a team of people who are committed to making the changes in this country that we need in terms of reducing spending, in terms of reforming government. Larry Grant, he's going to go up to Washington and he's going to join a group headed up by San Francisco liberal Nancy Pelosi. And if you send him up there, you're not going to do anything about spending. All you're going to see is more tax increases. So, Mr. Grant, next time you run an ad, how about you not just dish on Bill Sally? Why don't you talk about why we should raise the payroll tax? Why don't you talk about why we should increase the retirement age for Social Security? Explain yourself. Explain where you're coming from on the issues. Talk about the future of Idaho and our nation. Or is that too much to ask? Because I think the more we know about Larry Grant, the more we know about where he stands on the issue, the less likely we are going to be to vote for him. And that, my friends, that's why we see all of these desperate attacks. Well, this is Adam Graham, just speaking for myself, not paid for by any candidate or committee. My response to Larry Grant's YouTube ad. This This is Adam Graham signing off.